Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you for checking out this video. Now that I have moved into my car full time, it's got me thinking a little bit on times gone by and periods of stress that had to do with moving or finding a new apartment that could all have been avoided if I had known that living in my car was a viable option. And it's not something that I really even considered at first because it seemed so undignified, and it just didn't even occur to me that that was like viable and actually a really good alternative to an apartment, or especially a place to tide me over between places. I know that living in a car full-time is probably not for everybody, but I think anyone could be comforted by knowing that it is something you can do if you're in a pinch or you're moving but you just can't quite find the right apartment and you need something to tide you over. I've been in several situations like that, or even I have a lease ending and then there's a gap in between when my new lease begins, and in those situations I've either had to pay a high premium to get an Airbnb. Oftentimes that's not very comfortable, especially if it's in like somebody else's house. I've had a lot of just like not bad but just odd experiences with like kind of strange hosts, or I felt like I was like an intruder in somebody's home and I just didn't really feel that comfortable. Plus a short-term rental is always expensive, so I was paying and not really getting my money's worth because it wasn't a comfortable stay anyway. So there were situations like that. There were also times where I had to really rack my brain and think like, oh, who do I know who I could just like ask politely, oh, can I please stay with you? I have a new lease starting, I just need somewhere for a couple weeks. And like I've ended up reaching out to just people who I didn't even know that well and having to be extra like bashful, and then if they did kindly allow me to stay, which I do really appreciate, because it is awesome when people will step up and be happy to host you. So I am truly grateful to those people. But it was just like a little bit uncomfortable and I felt indebted. You feel like a guest and you have to like do favors to repay them for having you, or leave the place in better condition, or have like just small talk with them. And that can be nice. Like I did end up in some situations that I actually enjoyed and I got to know some people a little bit better. But now that I know that I can just stay in my car if I ever need to, I mean, I am planning to just live in my car long term, but if I did need to tide myself over again, I would find a lot of comfort in knowing that the car is always an option and you don't have to rely on anybody or have awkward situations, and of course you don't have to pay anything either. So I think that everybody should realize that and not feel as desperate looking for a place or having to like overlap the rental period or anything. So that's just my experience. Let me know what you think and if you would consider doing the same thing if you're in between places. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.